Hello everybody, welcome to the Graphics Fairy. Welcome back to Tag Team Friday. I'm Kate from Pixie K Designs and today it's my turn to create a tag with you. Today I'm using the seed catalogue bundle and I'm using various images from there plus a couple of the printables. This tag is quite a large tag and has lots of journaling space on the back if it was in a journal or if you were sending it as a happy mail or a letter or card. I've included a couple of little tiny seed envelopes which you could put seeds in or any kind of little gifts. These are the printables and I've made them smaller. I've got a bit of a collage going on the front of the tag, and this opens up and it is an envelope in here, so it would be quite bulky if it was filled with things, but I quite like the idea of that, and I don't mind things bulky, and if I'm putting them in my journal, yeah, I don't mind a few bulky things in my journal. So this is the tag, and here are the things that you will need to print out. You will need this image printed, and I've printed it on some cardstock. It's about 160 GSM. It doesn't have to be. You could actually print it on a copy paper, but probably 100 GSM rather than 80 would be better. And then on the other side I've printed this fit to page on the other side, so we will just have to get rid of those borders. I printed this little seed packet front 6 to a page, and I printed these seed packet envelopes, which is one of the printables, 2 to a page, and I printed this one here 4 to a page. So that's all the things that I printed out to make this tag. So other than those printed things, you'll need some twine and some corrugated cardboard, something to paint onto the corrugated cardboard. It could be a gesso, white gesso. It could be like a texture paste. This is a crackle texture paste I've used on one of them here on this piece. It's still sort of drying, and so I don't know if you can see how it's starting to crackle. Just something like that, or white acrylic paint. Or you could just leave the cardboard as it is as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go through and cut all these things out. I'm going to cut out these 2 envelopes. I'm going to tear around one of these, and I'm going to tear around one of these images and tear around this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut out all the pieces. I've cut round. I actually cut round here because it wasn't tearing very well. You just need to check that you've got no more white. And then I've torn around these 2 images here, and I've cut around my envelopes. The next thing I'm going to do, and it's certainly just a voluntary thing according to your taste, is I'm going to ink everything. So I'm going to use the Antique Linen Distress ink and ink all around the edges and just make everything just look a little bit distressed and a little bit more vintage. So I will do that and then I will come right back. Okay, so I've run some ink around the edges. I'm now going to just fold my little seed envelopes. One of the reasons I decided to use this kit or this bundle is because I wanted to make something to go in my very last Graphics Fairy Design Team journal, which is using the same bundle. So I thought I would make a tag that would be able to fit nicely into my design team journal. My mother is an avid gardener and really loves gardening, so I am thinking about my mum as I put this tag together in the journal as well, using this beautiful kit. So there's our little mini seed packet envelopes, and I am just going to ink these creases again. I kind of feel like a gardener would have sort of grubby hands handling. I know I do. My seed packets never look pristine. They always look a bit grubby from dirty hands. Right, so they're ready to go. I'm just going to use some art glitter glue to glue these down. And this one as well. So these are cute little envelopes ready to be filled with little tiny miniature goodies or seeds. Right, folding the actual tag, we're going to fold this across at just under stamps. So that's going to give us the width of our tag. It's quite wide. You could make it narrower and cut some parts off, or you can make it whatever size you like. I am a fan of big chunky tags. And then this folds at about there. It doesn't really matter too much. You just fold it like that so it's even there and there. So we're going to have it going this way. I mean, we could also have it going this way. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to glue there and there. And there's our little sort of secret, or not secret, but our pocket. Again, we could actually go either way, and I'm wondering if I actually quite like it this way. And so when you open it up, there's the envelope. I think I do, so I'm going to change it. So there's our folds, one along the line here that says stamps, and then one just up to these two plants on the inside, just to make it sort of even on the outside. The other fold is the fold that goes up here this way to make our pocket, and it's quite thick. It's quite a lot of layers, and I've used 160 GSM cardstock, so that's quite bulky there, and you don't have to have it, but I quite like it. So right, the next thing we put down is this little image that we've printed 4 to a page. I've printed these extra little bits on just a copy. Well, it's actually a business copy paper, presentation paper, but not a really fancy photo quality one. And it's, instead of being 80 GSM like normal copy paper, it's 100. So it's just got a little bit more heft to it. So this goes down here. Optionally, I see how I've ripped that. I've done that on purpose. I sound like my 8-year-old granddaughter now saying, I did that on purpose. Yeah. But actually the other one has a little rip in it, and what I did was I repaired it with some old sellotape. You could use washi tape or anything you like. I just have a collection of old sellotape that I've ripped off various, mostly old sheet music actually, and I just add some art glitter glue to it. And you can make your own age sellotape. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. I have done that as well, but I want to use all this yellow old tape up. So this one goes at the bottom, and then we need to get our corrugated cardboard. This one here that I've done has the corrugated bits going in a different way, which it totally doesn't matter. I kind of want to see the tops of these flowers, so I may just tear a little bit off the bottom here. there. So that's quite nice. Let's see how much you're going to see of that. Not much at the top, but we might just, and we'll just take a bit off here. I'm just ripping it because I don't want it to look, I want it to sort of look rugged and old and sort of a bit grungy. So that's much more of a square shape. Just whatever's pleasing to your eye, just choose that shape. Then grab your paint or your texture paste or your gesso and a paintbrush, and just go at the corrugated cardboard however you would like. Like you might want lots on there, or you might just want a little bit. And get it in the cracks or not. So that's that done. And then obviously you'll need to wait for that to dry. I'm going to use this piece here. So I'm just going to lay sort of everything out and see what it looks like, because I'm having that and then that. And the other thing I want to do is I want to put the string around, the twine. I need to glue this image on first. So I'm just going to have a look at what my little, what it all looks like sort of together. Yep, I quite like that. I think that's looking okay. So I'm going to glue this down. I'd like to be able to see some of the crackle paste. And I might just give this a little bit of a scrunchy up there, so it doesn't look so smooth and tidy. Put a few creases in there. That's better. I like that better. Again, that's totally optional. Some people just don't like that look at all, and that's perfectly fine. Then I'm just going to wrap the twine around a few times, and if you've got a little charm, now's the time to put that on. But also a charm is certainly not necessary. The twine still looks really good without anything hanging off it, I think. Okay, and then I'm just going to tie it in a knot. You could tie it in a bow or a knot. Okay. Right. Yep, I quite like that. So now I think I'll go from here, and I'm going to attach the cardboard. Probably would need quite a decent amount of glue. And like I said, this is a bulky tag with the corrugated cardboard on it. And I'm just going to center that, I think, about there. I like seeing these flowers poking at the top. And my little bit of sort of old sellotape, so sort of a little bit down. And again, you can move your string around for a little while until it glues. And then this will be on here. I just want to see if these are tucked in where I want this to go. And then also I'll take those out and see how it looks without those in there, and I think that looks okay there. So again, applying some more art glitter glue or whatever glue you have, really doesn't matter. Placing this there, I think. Yeah. my little envelopes that are going to tuck into there. So to close this, you could use a paper clip or a bulldog clip, depending on where you're going to use this tag. Obviously this wouldn't be able to go into a journal particularly well, and I think the paper clip actually holds this closed better, so that's what I'm going to use. And this is a rusty one. Again, there's lots of tutorials on how to rust your metal paper clips. These look a little bit too smooth and nice, so I'm just going to give them a bit of a scrunch. Very technical term. Pop them back in there. So the last thing to do is to put the string at the top, and I used just a piece of anything that I had, some scraps from the printing, and I might just use this piece here or this piece. Tear a strip. Doesn't need to be perfect at all. The other one I didn't even use a ruler to tear. And then I'm going to fold it in half like that, and then just tear it along this way. And that's going to be my tag, where my hole is going to go. I'm just deciding whether I want it to go over the top or underneath, and I think I want it to go underneath. So I'm just going to center this, get my glue, and put this in the center. I kind of want to be able to see that flower there, so I'm not pushing it right down. And then this will come over the back. And my hole reinforcers, I've got some here that I have inked, and I'm going to use one of the paler ones. So I'm just going to pop that in the center a little bit, and then get my hole punch and not go through. I don't want to go through the whole. Whoops, there we go. That's my first. I don't want to go through the whole lot. I want that to go there. So I'm actually going to make the hole now. Line it up with the hole reinforcer. And then I can glue this down to about where I want it. Tear it off about there, I think. And another hole reinforcer. So yeah, remember when you're pulling this over, folding this over, don't take it to the back, because I've now damaged that, but that will be easy to fix. And some twine. I'm just going to thread it through the hole and make a loop, pull it through, and then I'm going to tie another knot at the top here. And I like the jute thread, it just reminds me of the garden. And there we go, we have our tag front. We have our envelope which opens out, and we can pop some things in here. And then we also have a little tuck spot for our wee coin or seed envelopes, and they can just tuck in here. And on the back, ignore my little boo-boo there, there's room for journaling if someone enjoys journaling or it's going in a journal. And that's our tag, our seed catalogue envelope tag. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll give it a go, and I'll see you in the next video.